Craft, brews, and casual conversations. Here we are once again. We are kind of not deep into the 300s, but we're past 300. Call us that one guy who was in the movie 300. He was like really hunky. He was the main person. And then he was in like a lot of rom-coms afterwards. I can't think of the fucker's name. He's actually Scottish, but nobody knew that because he's always playing the American person or this is Sparta, man. What was his name? Gerard? Something like that. Gerard Butler? Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Nailed that fucker. Got him.
Cue it.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
All right, here we are.
I'm sorry, I totally came in halfway through that, so I don't know what.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know what the bit was. I'm gonna have to figure that out when we watch it or when I listen to it.
Rob,
My brain is completely destroyed.
that's fine. Our synchronicity
Synchronizing.
is we're synchronized. That's not even right. Synchronized.
Syncratic. We're synced up. We synced again.
We synced once again without even previously
No plans.
consulting each other. We both have a beer from Untitled Art. I grabbed one straight out of the fridge. It's been in my fridge for a long time, Rob. A long time.
This one's 3 weeks old, I believe, for me.
Mine is 3 years old, so I haven't.
Dang.
I haven't gone beer shopping in quite a while, which is fine. But I am drinking its collab, Untitled Art, with Angry Chair Brewing. Their loaded French toast Imperial Stout, and it's pretty straightforward. It's an Imperial Stout with maple syrup, cinnamon, and milk sugar, brewed and canned by Untitled Art, along with Angry Chair Brewing in Waunakee, Wisconsin. Artwork on the can done by Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith. That might just be a unique way to spell Ryan. Also to smell Ryan. It is a 16 fluid ounce can, which is the equivalent of 1 pint. In case you didn't know that, 11%.
Not a true pint though.
I guess not.
Okay.
True pint.
Continue. Sorry.
11%.
Pint.
11% ABV, 0 on the IBUs. We'll talk about what that is in a second because I have no idea. Let's look at it. It's gold, dude. Like it's dark. It's dark, but when you sniff it, you straight up get you get so much syrup.
I'm not gonna lie. I got the same thing going on here. When I crack this can open, the flavors of the aroma and of what came out of the can at me.
It's tasty.
And then
it's got.
I found it on Untapped, mine, by the way.
Oh, good. It's got the syrup right up on the up front. It's got the cinnamon, sugar. You know, the only thing that's missing is just some breadiness. This has got a solid taste of a brunch on a Sunday morning after you just repented all your sins to Christ himself. You go and get in your car, go to the local breakfast/diner, and you tell Beatrice, because that's your waitress since 1932. She's still working. You say, Beatrice, give me that bitchin' stack of French toast slathered with cinnamon and maple syrup. And golly, you got this taste in a beer. It is delicious. It is not nutritious, full of carbs, full of sugar. But goddamn it, on a day like this, after the weeks I've had, it hits the spot. Is that good?
That's good, yeah. So I am drinking also from Untitled Art. Now I have a high bars to set. Interrupt me all you wish. The 7-layer bar pastry stout. This is 11 ABVs. I've got the 12 ounce here.
Mm.
Not even a fake pint. It's 11. I said 11% ABVs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on the IBUs. This is what it says on Untapped because forget to make a dessert for the cul-de-sac potluck. No worries. We've got a pastry stout for that. Just like everyone's favorite 7-layer bar, this rich, creamy stout has all the chocolate, coconut, and butterscotch feels.
Mm.
And like I said, upon cracking this beer, the chocolate is the first thing you can smell. The butterscotch is definitely in there. I thought vanilla. I already took a sip of this because, as you'll see from my picture, I spilled it all over the place. So I had to.
It's just like a breakfast, you know. It's just like
Yeah,
when you go to the when you're going to the cul-de-sac party. I've never been to one of those. Maybe you
oh,
have.
you know what? The coconut is really prevalent. If you let it sit in your mouth for a second, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You've just been doing it the whole time so far, but
I,
that's you know.
I know it's a really bad character trait that I guess I'm picking up.
It's a bad etiquette both as a friend who's trying to have a conversation with another friend and as a podcast host.
I just was really after reading coconut and then drinking it, it really like I was like, holy crap, that's a lot. That the coconut actually really does come through, and it sticks around.
So it's
But the butterscotch and the chocolate level it out. If you're not I'm not a huge coconut fan. I'm not gonna lie. But this beer is so far very good, very sweet. I will brush my teeth right after this.
yeah. How does it blend well with the I don't know, chocolate and coconut to me sounds kind of nasty.
It's a Mounds bar, man.
Oh, you're right. You mean an almond joy?
Either or. An almond joy adds almond to the mix, but a Mounds bar, no almond.
Which came first, the mound
I
or the
have to
almond?
assume the mound. I think the mound
I don't
came
think so.
first.
I think almond joy has always been like at the forefront of those candies. And then they're like, wait a minute, we can't count out the people that are allergic to nuts. We still got to give them a delicious treat. So let's just take the all out of it and just give it the mound. That's why I think it's called a mound because all it's not almond, it's just mound.
Yeah, but have you seen a Mounds bar? It's two Mounds.
Have you seen an almond joy? It's two almonds.
Yeah, so they stay on point whether one came, no matter which one came first.
I think it's important which one came first, though. Because I just
Oh,
want to say the almond I think
but
came first,
but if you're making a candy bar, you start simple and then you add nuts.
and
Are
then
you
you
looking this up yet?
I'm working on it, and then you get to this weird place where Reese's peanut butter cup now have ones um with potato chips in it.
Oh,
Are you finding
Mounds
some?
came 26 years before Almond
No
Joy.
way.
This is what I'm seeing.
You're on
Almond
some.
Joy bars were invented in 1946 by Peter Paul Incorporated. What a
Hmm.
kind of a narcissist. In Connecticut, 26 years after the company first released the Mounds Bar.
Hmm.
So, there we go. Also, I don't know if I said this, but the art on this can, it's very seven layer pastry like, but with a little twist action. I like the art. It's done by Heather Allstones. Shout out to you, Heather.
Should we like submit some art for a beer sometime? Get our logo in there somehow. That'd
Yeah,
be
we could
cool.
do a hidden logo. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be killer. But
like a black like logo. I suppose they'd have to print it that way. They would never do it.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Anyway,
So Rob, how you been?
tired, man.
Cloud nine.
I'm on cloud nine. Yeah,
I like it.
I'm very smiley lately.
What's wrong with the other 8?
Man, the other eight, they just there's 9 planets in our solar system, only one's inhabitable, Same thing goes for the clouds, 1 through 9. 1 through 8, hellish landscapes of whipping winds and needle-like hail, but it's actually nitrogen because you can't, the Cloud 9, it's a nice fluffy cloud that's half rain, half sun, half white Simpsons cloud, and you put your feet down in that rain section, and the rain just massages your feet,
Wow.
while the white fluffiness creates a pillow so perfect that you could sleep through the turbulence flying into Vegas.
Cool. That's
Did
yeah.
any of that make sense?
I think so.
Sound good? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I'll take the ninth cloud as well. Um, I've been very stressed lately. Lots of things going on. Anxiety through the roof. And I don't like it. I don't like the feeling that I've been feeling. I've been taking these Ollie gummies is what they're called. They don't have marijuana in them. They don't I know when I say the word gummy, everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's a cement head. He's hitting the devil's lettuce." Oh, wow, wow. No, these are Ollie supplements in which help you reduce stress. In the
But you're
gummy
having
form.
anxiety attacks.
Oh yeah.
So they're not working.
You know,
Does that make you anxious that your anti-anxiety medicine doesn't
I
help
would
with anxiety?
actually, I think they do work. Actually, it just my problem is I forget to take one every day. When I take them consistently, yes, I actually do feel the anxiety get like it alleviates, which is kind of nice. But today I did take one today, but I didn't take one for the last like a handful of days, and yeah, it's bad. I have it right now. It's not good.
Speaking of which, I got to take my vitamins.
Your gummies?
No, it's a multi-mineral, a multivitamin, and a phytonutrient.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever that means. Do you? So I have a question for you.
I'm plugging this to everybody that I'm on these things.
As,
I haven't really felt too much of a difference. I'm tired. I can't sleep.
as a,
I'm breaking out.
but yeah, my anxiety's bad. For a lot of reasons that I'm not going to discuss on here. I'll talk with you after I can or a different time.
No, which is good. I got my whole night cleared because I'm not doing shit tonight.
Well, and then so I have a couple things I want to talk about, but I just been thinking like I need a day off of work. I need a mental health day. I just need to have a day where there's nobody in my house. Everybody's gone doing their thing. I'm not at work. I'm just relaxing, right? I actually planned for that day to be today, but then I didn't. I did go to work, and I had this weird thought in my mind because I said, the last time I took a day like that, I don't do it frequently, but I had a doctor appointment one day. I didn't know how long it was gonna be, so I just took the whole day off. It was a short doctor appointment. Then I'm like, shoot, now not shoot, but great. I got the whole day ahead of me. Jonah got sick then at daycare, had to go pick him up. So, kind of didn't work out that way. Today, I said to myself, I'm just going to go to work because I just have this feeling I'm going to get a call from Jonah's daycare that he has a fever. And that happened today. I had this thought process at like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm just going to go to work because I know I'm going to have to leave eventually because I just have a feeling Jonah's going to have a fever at daycare and they're going to call us. So he was fine in the morning.
Do you believe in manifestation?
No, I don't want to manifest my kid having a
No,
fever.
I'm not saying you were wanting to do that. I'm just saying, do you believe in the act of it? Is it like the act of having that thought in the morning and changing your behavior based on that thought? Do you think that potentially manifested the situation
I think
to come?
I think if that was real, if manifestation were correct and accurate, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Well, no, I see. I think that if manifestation were real, then the Packers wouldn't be in the Super Bowl, and they're not.
Wouldn't be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because every week you have nothing but bad things to say about them and talk about how they're going to lose.
That's my superpower, though, usually.
I know, but if manifestation is real,
You're right.
then we would.
You're right. The Bucks have been fucking straight trash lately, too, but we won't even
Hey, that's what happens when you change your coach while you're winning in the middle of a season. Let's not get into that.
Is Giannis going to turn into the next LeBron? He's kind of throwing fits, and I don't like it.
I haven't been able to watch too many. Man, I'm telling you, Like I'm on a bender of drinking right now. I was doing so well.
I kind of am too. And not like during the week. It's the weekends. Like I just get I'm in my intention is never to go drink on the weekend. But Saturday we went to a friend's house. They got young kids. We got young kids. So we brought our kids over there. They're all playing, having fun. Carissa is really good friends with Kay, who's been on the podcast before. I'm really good friends with Craig. I'm really good friends with both of them. I've known them for a long time. So me and Craig are sitting at his bar, and then like I'm trying all these bourbons, and then I'm like, whew. And I look at Chris. I was like, you gotta drive home, which is the responsible thing to do, right?
Yeah.
But
How much wine did she have?
She didn't.
I know. I was just joking. All right, continue. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
But then like, Madison's 15 years old. She's talking to this boy, right? She's gonna start dating this kid, I guess. And I was like, I want to talk to this kid. I just want to see. I want to get a gauge of how he is, what type of person he is. And I told her, because I'm not like obliterated by any means. I'm not wasted. Like my kids aren't seeing me being like this like stammering, bumbling idiot, right? I just had like at the end of the night, I was like, you know what? I've been drinking. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm not gonna drive home. Carissa, you drive home. Responsible adult, in my opinion. But I told Madison, and I didn't think she would do this. I was like, hey, if you let me FaceTime with this kid, I'll buy you a pair of Jordan 1s. Because she wants a pair of Jordan 1s. She wants to be like me and have a sweet shoe game. And then she did it. So then I talked to the kid, and, we're just talking about things. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I was like, I was a young parent, right? And he goes, yeah. And I go, I don't intend on being a young grandparent either.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's a good one, huh? I like it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, sir. But he actually seems like a really sweet kid. But so I had to get her to the shoes. I had to order them. And right away she's like, give me your phone. I'm finding something. And she got a pair, and it's whatever. It's going to be great. But then I wake up in the morning and I was just like, damn it. Why do I do this? Like, again, like I wasn't like tanked by any means, and I wasn't like acting a fool. I was just like I lowered my judgment a little bit, and I was like, I underestimated, because I didn't think she would actually let me FaceTime this kid. And then
yeah, but that's okay. Do you think that this kid that was a negative conversation?
No, not I don't think the conversation was negative. Just the fact that I had to buy these shoes, and I was just
what do you know about these bad boys? Can you see that? Or is my light too bright?
Your light is a little too bright.
It's because it's a weird freaking light bulb, man.
Okay, so these
are Morants.
Ja Morants?
Yeah.
Okay, the Morant ones. The Jordan.
I have no idea. How do I find that out? I have a box right here.
Yeah, the box will do it.
Oh yeah, the Ja ones.
Yeah, Ja ones.
Yeah, I got some Ja ones, dude.
Cool.
Just wanted to let you know.
Ja Morant's a clown.
I found him in an apartment in the box, brand new.
Oh, that's killer. You should sell them.
I might do that, actually.
What size are they?
They're my size.
12?
12s. Yeah.
You can send them to me. I'll wear them.
Well, then why would if you're gonna wear them, that means they're good enough for me to wear.
Yeah, they are for sure. Those are basketball shoes.
I wore them to the Kings game.
Nice.
I went to the LA Kings game and I wore them.
Nice.
Going to another game on Saturday.
Hell yeah, dude. Good for you. But yeah. So I have been. I don't know. I didn't really like have a ton, but we were drinking bourbon. Like I was sipping. I was just sampling the different bourbons he had.
I mean, everybody I know that like when you cross that point,
mm-hmm.
and you just kind of it's like the next day it's always why do I do this? I don't think I know anybody that's like really glad I did that. I think I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah. And I didn't do I didn't do anything stupid. I didn't say anything regretful. I was acting like myself, but I was just being a little sillier, I guess. But I have realized as of late that like when I am having a good time, I don't want it to end. I don't want the party to stop. Even like when I chaperoned an event, and then afterwards we went out and had some food, had some drinks with me and some of my coworkers. You know, again, the event ended late at night. We got to the point where it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm having so much. I was like, I don't want this to end, but it had to, right? We closed down the bar, and again, I had 3 beers. That's all I drank that whole night. But I was just like, man, I really don't want this to end. I want
It's yeah, you want the good time to go on because you have a stressful life and going back to
You think that's what it is?
that. I think that might be because honestly, that's been me for the last like honestly this beer that I'm drinking right now
Mm-hmm.
is going to shut the loop. It's going to close a loop because I already said I'm not drinking again until the Kings game on Saturday.
Yeah.
I've been drinking way too much every night. And I'm in that exact same boat where it's like when certain things happen and converge and I'm having a good time, I would like, and it started with when I had the last Untitled Art Stout,
Mm-hmm.
went to Tony's afterwards, started drinking these dark IPAs, and I was just slamming them like water.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, I was like, I'm going to the Snug. I don't care if anybody goes with me, but you're all invited, And it's like, and like Alexis was like, don't go to the Snug, please don't do that. I was like, nope, going to the Snug, going to the Donut Hut first.
Well,
And it's like, and that's exactly what I did, and it was like, and it's kind of been since I had this beer 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it is, I've just been on this thing, and it's like. I also was like, I'm going through. I can say this now because I've already gone on the date. Asked a girl out. She said yes. That might have been something where I was just celebrating getting that off of my fucking chest. Like, where it's like, that's something that it worried me, that I was anxious about, that I had all this, whatever. I was like, just the act of asking somebody that question creates so much, whatever, for me and probably for anybody. But like, so I started like, and then it's just been this thing where it's like, yeah, there's nights where I go and I just have like a pint or something and come back. But for the most part, like on the weekends and stuff like that, every time I've hung out with this girl, like we stay out late.
right.
Every on all my weekends, I stay out till close, and it's like I wasn't doing that. And
And I think
part of me does think that it's because also it's been raining here. We're short staffed at work. They've been putting a lot on my plate, and like. Yeah, when you go out and you start to feel good, you just like,
you don't
I
want
want
to
to keep
stop.
this going because
Yeah.
because when I go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, it might not be this way. It might be stressful. It might be shitty. It might be whatever. But tonight, all I've got is tonight.
Right.
It's a Justin Bieber song. It's all
Probably
about tonight.
Justin Bieber. Yeah, it's so like on Saturday I had 2 old fashions, and I didn't realize how fast I was drinking them. I had a pretty horrible week last week, and a lot of it was man, it's work related, and it got intense, really intense. A situation that I'm not a part of, but I'm a part of. It really has nothing to do with me, but I have to deal with the repercussions.
This is about the person that peed on the seat, right?
That's never
No,
happened.
it's not a callback to that. Okay, all right.
But so I just have been taking a lot, like just taking a lot in and dealing with a lot, and then it's like shit. I got my grad program starts back up again. I got homework coming up. I got this and this and this and this. I got 2 kids in sports right now. Like, Monday through Friday, it is sports for my kids. It's just a lot going on. Some of it is good stress. Some of it is bad stress. Nonetheless, it feels the same. Good stress and bad stress feel the same on my body.
Oh yeah, it does. It's
But
one
like,
of them just builds to something, and the other one doesn't.
Right, but I guess I sucked these down pretty quick, and my friend Craig goes, he's like, you good, dude? Like, you're slamming it. I was just like, sorry, man. put them down. And it was a good time. Like I said, I didn't want the good time then. And I think that is part of, I'm not concerned. I don't think I'm an alcoholic because I can go, like I'm going to have this one today.
It took us 5 years, but we're both sitting here going, I'm not an alcoholic, but I really got a drinking problem.
No, I don't even think I have a drinking problem. But but it's just like the thought crosses my mind. I'm like, okay, like I don't want the night to end because I'm having fun. And that is less concerning to me than the point where like I'm only having fun because I'm drinking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But I think there's a line in the sand, and I think eventually I'm gonna have to check myself. I'm gonna have to keep checking myself. Like I said, I did not drink yesterday. I didn't want to drink yesterday. I didn't even want to drink this one tonight, but then I saw it. I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty tasty, so I'll enjoy it. I'm not going to drink the rest of the week. Carissa's birthday is this weekend. She's going to be the ripe age of 32. And then we found for the first time in our life, we have a babysitter that's going to keep our kids overnight, which is wild. And by babysitter, I mean my mother-in-law. Grandma.
All right.
Grandma is keeping the kids overnight for a night. So like we can actually like go and just like cut loose and have fun, celebrate her birthday. Obviously, depending on where we go, I'm not going to be able to have that much because I'll have to drive home. Well, I'd be a real asshole if I was like, you have to drive home on your birthday.
Yeah.
But depending on where
I can still see that happening.
I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility.
Possibility, yeah.
But I'll feel bad if it gets to that point. But it's gonna be
implausible, but not impossible.
Right. But it's gonna be nice just knowing
another X-Files quote, by the way.
Great.
So it's the realm of possibility. All right, just never mind. All right, go.
It's gonna be.
I'm nerding out over X-Files because I've been watching it again.
It's gonna be nice knowing that we don't have to keep looking at the clock and going and engaging where we're at. You know what I mean? So we'll.
I don't have children.
You're right.
Wife. I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry I brought it up. Well, if these dates keep going well, maybe you will have a wife one day.
I don't think I want to talk about that.
But I want to say too, at the same time, as much as that was a joke. I'm sorry. I don't want to put any pressure on
I know. That's why I decided to play it as awkward and uncomfortable.
Was it too real?
No. I'm glad did I pull off you making you think it was too real?
You didn't tell her about the engagement ring you got?
Dude, all right, that I told you in confidence. And it was 3 months ago. I thought you'd forgotten about that.
You're right. I'm going to ask her on a date. When she says yes, I'm just going to slip it on her finger.
Yeah. I think I'm going to ask this girl out in 2 months. I bought a ring.
But at the same time, I owe a part of myself to drinking in excess. And I know that's not a good thing to say. Rob, my marriage is built, informed. The foundation of my relationship with my wife and my marriage, my perfect marriage, is based on the fact that I got tanked twice. First time, episode 100.
100th episode.
200 episodes ago, right? We got drunk. I was in a weird place. I laid down on my couch. I was so drunk. I slept on my couch. I have a bedroom. I had a bedroom with a bed. But I slept on my couch.
In your house. In your
correct.
own house.
In my house. And I asked my interest at the time if she wanted to kick it. Like, that's.
And then when I played Can We Kick It at your wedding, you'd shut it off.
Actually, you're right. That would have been a really appropriate song. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I was in the wrong again.
And we finally get around to What I've been waiting to hear.
But anyways, she says yes. Whatever, The first time like we had our actual date, I got too drunk and she had to drive us home. And she stuck around. She stuck around. I belted Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You in my car while she's driving. And if that doesn't deter you, then it's meant to be. It is
Yeah,
pure.
that's definitely one of those.
It's love. It's love. When I got engaged to her, it was at one of the most beautiful establishments in the state of Wisconsin, Lambeau Field. The Green Bay Packers taking on, at the time, the Washington Redskins. Got tanked.
Yeah, now, so the Redskins didn't age well, but the marriage proposal
Got on bended knee, no ring in hand. Actually, I had Kay's ring. Kay and Craig, they're back in the story. I borrow her ring, and I go, "All right, just let me hang on to it for a second." And I ask her, and she told everyone around me, "He's lying. This is a joke. This isn't real." It was real. So drunk, we went to we did not drive, went to the jewelry store after the Packer game. Packer victory. Love is in the fucking air. Like pure just bliss, pure happiness and joy. It's just consuming our bodies, consuming our souls. We go to the jewelry store, buy the ring. It is sealed. It is dealed. We're getting hitched. And now look at us. So I owe a part of my life to drinking. And you know what? People are going to look back at this episode one day when I'm in my coffin and I just drank too much and I died of alcohol poisoning. They're going to be like, yeah, the signs were there.
Yeah, they might do that for...
I'm just saying. I have done a little reflecting. I have been... You and I think we're more in sync. Like it's like serendipity, right? Did I use that right? Probably not. But we're in line.
I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it go.
We're in line more than. It's weird. Don't you think it's kind of weird?
Like when we talk about like my past drug usage and stuff like that, like, and you always go, I have no frame of reference. That's your frame of reference because I owe much of who I am to my drug, like to my unsavory actions in the past, and that created a situation where you start looking inward and you start looking at yourself and whatever. But I don't think you're an alcoholic.
No, I don't think so.
Not by any means. You know, like I don't think I'm an alcoholic by any means. I think I've had a weird 3 weeks. That's where I'm at.
I just think, we're at a point where when things come up, because we don't get to, we also grew up, we grew up in being very social in a sense. Not in the sense that our social circles were so massive, but, every day of the week when I was growing up, I was at your house or I was at Matt's house or I was at Adam's house. Every weekend, I'm sleeping on a different couch. I'm sleeping on a floor, and I wouldn't want it any other way. And we were just always having fun. That's just a part of my being. And I think that's same thing with you. Like we've had these social circles, and then you get older, you get a job. Some of us start families. You become an adult, and you can't be doing that all the time. And then when you get that taste, you get that little hit of what it was like back in the day. Just hanging with your friends, you don't want it to end. It's a lot of fun because, yes, everybody lives a pretty mundane life if we really look at it. And that's why I think these moments are important because you get these opportunities to even just have a conversation with a human being. That's why, I look forward to this podcast every week. Even if, I used to be obsessed with the numbers of people who listen to it, but I'm not really anymore. But it's the fact like you and I can like have this time to just speak and be human, and I think people can connect with that. But so I've had a lot of those opportunities lately. That's gonna go away eventually. I think they come and go in waves. And it's gonna get to a point where I'm just like, oh, my friends fucking hate me and don't want to hang out with me anymore. But then
I think it'll come back around when you're 50 and your kids are have flown the coop and
It's gonna be weird.
um
I don't want
you
that.
know it's like what is 55-year-old Drew like, you know?
I hope I'm cool. When does
You'll definitely be cool.
when does your wiener stop growing?
55.
Oh, good. There's hope.
Yeah, there's still hope. Uh,
And that's the thing too that I've been saying lately. Because Madison is in basketball. She's in cross country. She's in track. She's going to be in softball again. And these are good things. It's good for her to be a part of these community teams, hopefully meet some good friends and get understand what it's like to be a part of a team and a part of a group that has a shared goal in mind. But at the same time, I'm driving hundreds of miles. I'm driving hours and hours and hours because of the location of where her mom lives. And I do that. Like I go to these games every week. And that can be stressful.
This is what I'm saying though. Like when you get to the point where, okay, 3 years from now, and then another 5 years after that, like, and you're down to just Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like obviously you still have children. They're, like they don't turn 18 and die off the planet. Like they
Hopefully
don't
not.
walk into a void and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's poor choice of words there. I'm sorry, but
No, I don't
you know what I'm saying. Like you're still a parent always,
Right.
but you won't have to do all that stuff anymore.
Yeah, and
And
that's
you're
what I'm
so
saying.
like the amount of you're gonna be like a double master doctor ninja guy.
Ninja School.
Um,
That's
and
next.
like and yeah, it's I find it like I don't know. I imagine you'll have a gavel someday.
I hope
Just
so.
because
No, but
of your
I keep
name in it.
where I was going was like I keep telling people, like when I'm kind of griping about it, I stop myself and I say, one day I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss it because
So the best way you can look at it, it's like because I've been getting very frustrated with my coworker,
you're not
my
talking about me, are you?
coworkers. No, no, no. Never, never you. Um, but I was really like, for them just asking me to do my job, late in the day, like that's what I'm there for is to do this, and I really have tried to turn that around, and but I've gone back to the documentaries. I'm watching the World War I documentaries and the Pacifics and the war with Japan and this and because to me I watch that stuff and it really makes me go like, all right, you didn't have to do this. Like you literally did, these people had to grow up at 18 and go sit in a trench with a gun and trek through the jungles of Indonesia or Philippines
And hopefully
in
not die.
torrential downpour
Torrential
and
downpour
hopefully not.
or downpour.
Did I say downpour? Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And did I tell you my brain is not like I've literally just like I haven't been getting sleep when I don't drink. The times that I don't drink, I only sleep like 3 hours a night, and I wake up
When you
for
drink?
hours when I don't drink.
Interesting.
So like and then when I do drink, I pass out, and that's not real sleep.
No.
You're not actually healing. Your body's not healing itself. Your brain's not creating pathways and things like that. So it's and that comes also with this drinking binge because I'm 100% certain that since when I stopped drinking for like 3 weeks, and then started again, like my anxieties and my panic and my self deprecation and just like those that you suck voice that keeps on like coming through, like it went away, man. It went away pretty like it was tolerable when I wasn't drinking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I did kind of transition for a period. Like it's like I went from rehab to sober to drinking relatively quick, where I was drinking a little bit more, and I didn't have that like any tolerance built up or anything like that. And it's like you fall into that pattern of your brain like kind of telling you all the things that you shouldn't do or that you did that you wish you wouldn't have, and oh, but I don't want to live in shame, but also fuck you, you're a piece of shit, and like all that stuff, and like it came back as soon as I started drinking like on a nightly basis again. So it's like I gotta get out of the loop, because I really
Mm-hmm.
do think that those thoughts aren't real. I keep telling myself like those thoughts aren't real. They're a side effect. That's
Mm-hmm.
all they are. It's just a side effect of making choices that make you happy in the moment, but in the long run make you like really second guess everything that you do, even though you're not doing anything wrong. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like actually I'm doing a lot of stuff right, and it's like the last few days at least. I luckily I've been able to I've had some bad situations with work that I've gotten into, and I feel like I've gone through it with a smile, like because I have something that to look forward to. I'm not um I'm just I'm happy with certain things, and there's not much I'm unhappy about, but
Mm-hmm.
I still do have that like that intrusive voice still comes through, and that's where I go, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. So that's why I'm really trying not to drink this week. So I want to test that theory again. But here's to that.
Woo! Down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
I get what you're saying. Um, I'm in a situation right now, Rob. In real time right now, I really have to poop.
Okay, do we want to end it or do you want to pause it?
Well, I think we could probably just end it.
I mean,
It's a
that's okay because I can also say, man, I don't want to finish this beer.
yeah. All
It's
this.
like it's I mean not even just because we just talked about all the reasons why we shouldn't be drinking or whatever, but it's because that coconut is good up front, but man, drinking a whole beer with I'm not a big coconut guy. It's so sweet.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
gets to be a
you
lot.
almost have to drink this after a big meal or something like that.
I've had coconut
Um,
beers like that before, especially like the coconut stouts, and it's yeah. Sometimes it's just one. Sometimes it can taste like too artificial, and then like too much of it, it's just bad. And then two, just like every time you go for a sip of it, it's not like a pina colada where it's got some citrus in it. Like we're talking all these other sweet aspects of this pastry
yeah.
stout, and it's just it's too much. I could get that. I'm
Yeah, it's
almost done
like
with mine.
blending a bag of Skittles and
Yeah,
drinking it, and only it's coconut chocolate and butterscotch of all things. It is a really good flavor palette. Like they mix well together. It's so sweet. Also, just real quick before you do this, True Pint is 20 ounces.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a True Pint at a pub. Say,
Oh,
all right, go.
awesome. Well, I drank the Angry Chair Brewing and Untitled Arts Loaded French Toast Imperial Stout. Delicious. I liked it a lot. Not overpowering, sweet, but also good in the stout. And I am legit, like in the words of Goff from Beer Nuts Productions, touching cloth. I got to poop
You
bad.
gotta go. Hey, let's get out of here.